everyone, Luke here. This is my Triphena the Unicorn creation, and today I'm going to show you how to build it. And I'm not very good at these videos, but if all goes well, there should be a list of the bricks that you'll need in the description. So you can either watch it first or get what you need and then come back and we'll show you how to get going. Alright, let's get building. So our first step is to take the large 6x4 plates and a 1x4, and we'll be sticking those next to each other because our body needs to be 7 studs long and 4 studs wide. And to hold them into place, we're going to use a couple of these 1x6 plates, one down either side like that. And we'll take another 1x4 and put that across the front. And at the back, to help hold that on as well, we'll be using one of these 2x2 bracket pieces, and that goes in like that. And on the back there, I'll put one of these 1x2 jumper plates backwards like that. So next, I'm going to use some bricks to create the front half of the body. Put these 1x3 bricks down either side here, like this, and the 1x4 across the back. One of the 2x2 goes in the middle there. That's just to create the colouring on the chest. You can have whatever colour you want, and you can use a 1x2 brick instead if you prefer. It doesn't make a difference. Next, to build the back section, we'll start with a 2x3 plate and we'll add to it 6 of these kind of 1x1 and a third modified arches, I think they're called. I'll do it like that. And across the top, we'll use a flat tile and another jumper plate. We're using plenty of those. And underneath, before we add it, we'll add a 2x2 plate. We'll put that on one side. Oop, and if I can keep hold of it, that will go like that on top of there. Finally, move on to the legs, and for this we use a 1x2 brick with a 1x2 plate for the hoof, and I like to put the front ones 1 stud back as it helps create the idea of the chest. If you have them at the direct front, I find it's a little bit flat, so I prefer it this way. You can do whatever you want really, it's your build when you're doing it. So next we'll move on to the head. To start the head, we have a 1x4, it's not 1x4, it's a 4x4 plate. Let's make sure I know what I'm talking about first. And we add to that another one of those 2x2 brackets, and to the front of that a 1x2 plate, and then on top of that centre section we'll add 2x2 brick and a 2x2 plate, then we're going to add, no, they went to different heights. Let's do the head, and we start with this 4x4 plate, and we put onto it yet another of those 2x2 bracket pieces on the side, with a little 2x2 plate in front of it, like this. And on the centre of all of that, we put a 2x2 brick and a 2x2 plate, and then on the right hand side of that one we put a 1x2 plate, so that there's a step difference there. Now we're going to take 2 of these rocker bricks, these are black, yours don't have to be, and we're going to put one facing this way, see there, and one on the back there facing the other way. But for now we're going to keep them upright, and on each of those we will place a 1x2 brick, and on each of those we will place a 1x2 jumper plate. And then on just the front one here, we'll place our gold cone and gold horn piece. So that's going to be the centre section of our head. Now we need to build the bits around it. So we're going to start using some of these, a lot of people call them brickhead bricks, those 2x2 pieces. So 2 on the front and 1 down either side, like that to begin with. At the back here, you see we're doing something slightly different. So first, on each of these corners, we will use a 1x1 plate. We'll put 2 of those on with a 1x1 brick with 1 stud on the side facing backwards. That's going to be the back there. And we do the same on the other side, like so. Now for the next level up, we'll take our brickhead bricks, and those are going to go sideways there at the front edge. I'm not going to put anything in this gap here because of the way the horn's going to tilt forwards and fill that gap. And on the back here, we're going to do something similar to what we did down here. We'll start with plates first, so we'll do 2 1x2 plates. And it's those 1x1 bricks with the stud on the side, 1 facing sidewards and 1 facing the rear. And then at the very top, we're going to put a cheese wedge here, sloping inwards, and a cheese wedge here, sloping back. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, the next thing we'll do is the face for the front. Those brickheads faces, we start with our 4x4 plate. And we have 1x2 tiles opposite each other at the front. 1x1 tiles opposite each other at the bottom corners. And 1x1 plates in between them. And that's so that we can place onto each of these the eyepieces. You could use brickhead eyes. You could use some of those smaller eyes if you want. You know, the 1x1 round eyepieces if you want to go for a different look. And then at the top of the middle, we're going to put one of these 1x2 cheese wedge pieces. And next, we're going to build the muzzle. So we're going to use 2 of these 2x3 plates. And they're just going to sit on right on top of each other there. And then we're going to use a couple of these 1x2 slopes with the cutout. And we'll put them next to each other there. And we'll get a couple of these 1x2 plates. One goes over that bit, and the other one goes over this bit. And then across that stepped section there, we'll be using one of these 2x2 curved slopes, and that's going to create our pony like muzzle. I'll stick that on the front there, and you'll see that allows us to angle the unicorn down, the unicorn horn down. So next we'll do the backs and the side. These are relatively straightforward. So for each of the sides you need a 2x4 and 4 each of these. And if you don't have these pieces, there are lots of other curved slopes that allow you to make the overall shape, and that's what you're going for. The overall shape is a 4x4 kind of double bow curve, and that goes on the side of the head that way. I'll do another one. And then on the back, we will be using a 1x2 and a 1x4. I'm using the single double bow piece. You can use smaller pieces if you don't have those. And they go like that. And finally on the back section, we're going to use 3 of these jumper plates. And if we place 2 of them next to each other and 1 of them across the top, like that, so you make this shape. And that is going to go down here, so that the bottom two of those studs are attached but the top two aren't. Okay, and we can now angle this down a bit. Exactly where that sits we won't know until we assemble the main. Next we need to create the bridge, which has the ears on it. So we'll use these 2x2 L-shaped pieces, two of them next to each other, and we attach them together with another of these jumper plates. And then on each side we create an ear, which is another one of those 1x2 slopes with the cutout, a 1x1 plate, and a 1x1 cheese wedge. 1x1, 1x2 with cutout, 1x1 plate, and 1x1 cheese wedge. And that goes across here. There we go. So all that's left to do now is assemble this head here, on there, and create the mane. And the mane and the tail. First section we'll start with one of our jumper plates, and I'm going to put the red 1x2 on it that way, a red cheese wedge on the front, and then the orange 1x2 and an orange 1x2 tile there. And where we attach it is we will attach it to the red section here. So that front 1x2 plate will not actually attach to the body, it just floats underneath and fills the gap. So you can see that it's left gaps in the way that we've built it so far. Now the next one we use is we take another jumper plate, and this time we use the blues. I'm using that kind of aqua blue. Cheese wedge underneath there. 1x1 plate and 1x1 tile. And that one goes in a similar way. We kind of do that there. It's a bit wobbly, so just be careful with it. It will hold itself in place. Now the next one's a little bit awkward because we're filling this gap on an angle here. So we have a 1x3 plate, put a 1x2 on it, a couple of 1x1 tiles there, only to change the colour, and a cheese wedge, and the 1x2 jumper plate underneath this will go not in alignment with the studs on the top, but it will go where the pin is underneath, and you will find that you can put that in there where the pin is, and we will then have to manoeuvre that and find that if we push it in there we should get a reasonably good position, which gives us that shape there. Finally, to do the tail, we've got one of those lavender purple cheese wedges. Put one on there, and to build the tail we have a 1x3 in purple. Put another purple cheese wedge on the top, and a 1x2 plate behind it. Okay. That's as you will see now that we attach that onto that stud that's sticking out of the rope. And then finally a 1x3 in pink. I didn't have the right pieces in lavender, but if you've got lavender you could do a more accurate rainbow than I could, with a cheese wedge at the bottom, and put that on there, and there we have it. It's finished. And there are so many different ways that you can create a sort of a rainbow display if you want to put it on. I used bricks going sideways, you can see here, with flat tiles at the front to create a nice smooth effect. But you could do whatever you've got lying around. There you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this build, and please don't be afraid if you have your own ideas for the main using curved pieces or all one colour or flower pieces for decoration. Don't be afraid to do follow any idea that you get and do your own version and make it your own. Please enjoy, and don't be afraid to share. Thank you very much.